Hello students, today I am going to explain you lesson 2, that is children at work. There are many reasons why children have to work. Some help their family to make a livelihood and others who run away from unhappy homes need to support themselves. Children who have to work can't go to school and play like other children of their age. See, there are many reasons why children don't go to school and why do they don't enjoy their childhood. There are two sentences here. Some parents carry them to the work because they are very poor and the wages what they earn is not sufficient for their livelihood. That's why they take the help of their children. And there are some children, they are not happy at their home because of their background, if not their environmental conditions, irresponsibility of their parents. Because of their unhappy homes, they run away from the house. But whatever it is, either they help the parents, if not they come out. Children have to work. The children who work here are wherever it is, like they don't enjoy the childhood, they don't go to school, they don't even get time to play. Here in this story we are going to come across two characters, that is Velu and Jaya, and we'll let's see like what this Velu and Jaya are going to say us. When the Kanyakumari Express pulled in at Chennai Central, it took Velu some time to get off. When he finally stood on the platform, his legs felt wobbly, as if he was still on a moving train. "Oh, out of the way!" A porter went by with a loaded trolley. Velu jumped aside. The paragraph says that Kanyakumari Express pulled in, means moved to Chennai Central Railway Station, and a boy called Velu, he took some time it seems to get off the train. And finally he came onto the platform, but he felt it seems wobbly. He was feeling like unsteady. If not, he was still feeling the vibration. Having done his train journey for the first time, he could still feel the vibration. It's him. Though he was standing on the platform, the boy still felt the vibrations of the train, it seems. And as it was a new place, he didn't know what's going on there. Suddenly a porter, means an employee of the railway station there who carries this luggage of the traveler, is called as porter. A porter started shouting at him, it seems, "Hey, out of the way!" He was pushing a trolley. The porter came with a trolley, it seems, and he was asked to move away. And that's what a word called out of the way. And Velu jumped aside suddenly. He sat on a bench on the platform, putting his small bundle down. In all his 11 years, he had never seen so many people except once a year at the fair in his village. People walked by, bumping into him with their suitcases. A voice announced something on a loudspeaker. Near him, a group of people sat on their luggage, looking at a TV hanging from the roof. The noise was terrible. Okay. See, the previous paragraph, he got down from the train and he was standing at the platform. From there, it seems he saw, generally you all know how a railway station looks like. Generally there's a platform and benches and there are some hanging TVs over there. The boy also, it seems, he selected a bench over there and he sat on the bench. And he had never seen such a huge crowd, it seems, at the railways. In his 11 years experience, he had never seen such a huge crowd. Generally, he sees, it seems, hardly once in a year in the fair in the village, it seems. Fair is a public event. Generally, exhibitions, these are all come under fairs itself. The boy very rarely sees such huge crowds only in the fair, it seems. But here in the railway station, he was surprised to see such a huge crowd. And not only that, it seems continuously there was an announcement going on the loudspeaker, it seems. And not only that, there were some more travelers or passengers who were waiting for the train and who were moving here and there, and group of people sat on the luggage, it seems, looking at a TV which was hanging on the which was hanging over to the roof of the railway station. And there was a hell of noise and a lot of confusion at the railway station. Velu put his head down on his knees, feeling miserable and exhausted. He had run away from his village 2 days ago. For 2 days he had eaten nothing but some peanuts and piece of jaggery. In his bundle he carried a shirt, a towel and a comb. See, he sitting there, it seems he was feeling a lot of miserable, that is uncomfortable and unhappy. He put his head down his knees, it seems. He was really exhausted. He ran away from his village for 2 days back, and for the last 2 days the boy had eaten nothing. And he had a bundle of clothes, a bundle it seems. In that bundle there was a towel, comb and a shirt. And he was also carrying some peanuts as well as a piece of jaggery. He had walked for most of the day to Kannur and then got on to the train to Chennai. Velu had no money for a ticket, but luckily the ticket collector didn't come to the unreserved compartment. He had tried to sleep on the floor near the door. A group of men next to him had played cards and shouted all night. Being a boy here, as you can even guess it out, that he doesn't have a lot of money with him to buy ticket. For almost a day, it seems, from his village to Kannur, he walked all the day, and from there it seems he caught a train, that is Kanyakumari Express, to Chennai. And as he did not buy the ticket, it seems he was sitting at one of the corners of the compartment, and he was very lucky that the ticket collector did not come, it seems, and ask. And overnight he did not even sleep, because a group of men next to him, they were playing cards and started shouting, it seems. That is what, like, he couldn't sleep well. The disturbance of these men made him awake all the night. Hey, what? New to town? Hey, called out a rough voice. Velu opened his eyes. There were a lot of people standing around, but nobody was looking at him. Here, hey. See, it's true that the boy was sitting on one of the benches over there, and at once it seems in a rough voice, someone called him. And he was surprised, he was shocked. He opened and he started looking around, it seems. When he started looking around, it's true, actually he didn't see anyone, but someone called him. And again there's a voice calling, saying that, here, A. Then he turned around, it seems. Back he could see a girl almost all of same age. He turned around. Behind him was a girl around his own age, wearing a long banyan that came down to her knees. Her hair was stiff and brownish, and she had a huge sack on one shoulder. She was picking up dirty plastic cups from the floor and stuffing them into her sack. After some time, he could notice a girl almost all of his same age started calling him. And for some time, it seems he was feeling very strange because of the appearance of the girl, it seems. The girl put on a simply banyan, and her hair was very stiff and brownish. They were not neatly combed. And she was also picking up the dirty plastic cups present over there and stuffing or cramming or pushing into a sack which she was holding to one of her shoulders. Then, why is she calling me? Thought Velu. And why is a girl wearing a banyan? He has got two doubts, it seems. Why this girl was calling him, and why the girl was putting on or wearing a banyan. No need to stare stupidly. What's your name? Velu muttered. Velu, looking away. So, Mr. Velu, said the girl, looking at his bundle. Run away from home? Okay. Then, see, he was staring at the girl, and the girl asked the boy's name. Hey, what's your name, like that? He started muttering, it seems. Speaking in a low voice is called as muttering. He muttered and said his name was Velu. The girl understood, seeing the bundle and very innocent appearance. The girl asked, it seems, a question. Hey, did you run away from the house? Like this, she put a question to the boy. Velu didn't answer. He didn't want to tell some strange girl what he had done. He had run away because he couldn't stand his father beating him for one more day. His father would snatch away all the money Velu and his sisters earned and spend it on drink. It is quite natural even you to do the same. See, we don't even share personal issues to a strange person. In the similar way, this Velu was not interested to share his personal issues to this girl. Of course, he ran away, but he was not interested to share to that girl. And why did he run away from the house? It seems his father was very, very irresponsible father. He did not even send him to school. This Velu and Velu's sisters used to work throughout the day or all the day, and they used to come with daily wage. And this father used to snatch or beat, snatch the money and beat them and take the money, and he used to spend it on drinking. Don't think I don't know. This place is full of children like you. So, what are you going to do here? Become rich? She sat down next to him. Velu shifted slightly. He felt hunger pinching him and pressed his stomach with a grimace. Hungry? Asked the girl. You won't get food by sitting here glumly, making faces. I can find I can find some if you want. Okay. And as I said, the girl who was very active and who had been into this rat picking since long years, she was very bright, and she even knows how to talk to the people. And what did the girl say? It seems here, such type of children, there are many, it seems, in that place. And she also says if the boy sits like that for longer time, pinching his stomach and frowning himself, it seems he doesn't get any food. Of course, the boy, this Velu, was also very hungry. And what she says, it seems, if at all the boy follows the girl, she can find some food for this boy. She picked up her sack and started to walk away. Velu stayed on the bench. What should he do? Should he follow this girl? Where was she going to take him? She was disappearing into the crowd. So he had to make up his mind quickly. All right, he decided. Anyway, I have no idea where to go. He jumped up and ran after her. She wasn't even looking back to see where he was. See the previous paragraph. The boy sat very glumly, it seems. He was very sad that really he was feeling hungry. And the girl asked him to continue with her or to follow her. She picked up the sack that which she was stuffing all the bottles over there. No, she picked up and she started going off, and she started disappearing into the crowd. She didn't even bother whether the boy was following her or not. The boy sitting over there, he was in a deep thought, it seems, whether to follow the girl or not. However, he was very new to the place and he didn't even know where to go. Then he took a decision that he wanted to follow. He jumped up and ran after her. But the girl was not turning back, it seems, to see where was the boy. He caught up with the girl as she was leaving the station. When they got to the road, Velu found that the vehicles kept coming and never stopped for anyone. Smoke and dust flew at him from all the sides, making his head spin. They had to wait for a long time before they could find a gap to run through. Velu kept hesitating, and the girl finally dragged him to the other side. See, he was out of the railway station and he caught up with the girl, it seems. He ran and he joined the girl. And when they came onto the main road, He could see, it seems, huge traffic over there. And for the first time, he was looking such a huge traffic, because being a village boy, he may not see or he cannot find such a huge traffic. There's a lot of smoke and dust, it seems. Seeing that horn as well as speeding up vehicles, everything just started spinning his head. And they have to wait, it seems, for long time to have a gap or to make way or to pass away from one side to the other side. This boy was kept on hesitating. Being a village boy, he didn't know how to cross. This girl at once, it seems, dragged him to the other side. What do you think you are doing? Grazing cows? If you stand around in the middle of the road like that, you will be chutney. See the girl. After pulling him to the other side, she was asking him itself why the boy was standing there for a long time there. Is he grazing? Is he standing there for grazing cows? Or as if like in the village how he stops. And she also says if the boy stands there for a longer time, he would become chutney on the road, it seems. The meaning of chutney is, you can also guess it out. He may be crushed under one of the vehicles. Velu's heart was still beating fast. He looked back at Central Station and the traffic speeding by. How had they managed to come through that? They walked along the side of the road under some huge signboards. Velu looked up at the pictures: bunions, car tires, pens, a woman holding a box. The writing was in English, so he didn't know what it meant. After crossing the road, it seems the boy was still in a confusion. He didn't even know. He was still in a surprise, it seems. How did the girl make him cross the road? Still, he was looking back, it seems, at the railway station. From there, they were onto the footpath and they came out, and he could see, it seems, huge signboards on the footpath. Generally, these are advertisements, you all know. In our areas also, you see advertisements, some huge hoardings, advertisement hoardings. Almost all they are written in English, it seems. Most of them belong to bunions, tires, pressure cookers. A woman was holding a box. Almost all advertisements were written in English, and the boy didn't understand, it seems, what they meant. The girl turned onto a wide bridge and walked up. Velu stopped and peeped over the railing under him. The road ran into the city. In the distance, he could see huge buildings and towers and more roads. From there, it seems, they came onto a bridge, and Velu stopped and started peeping, it seems, over the railing. Railing means fencing. He was holding the fencing of the bridge and starts looking through. He could see, it seems, a huge and broad and wide road, and there were some towers as well as buildings. Huge buildings were there, and not only that, they were connected to some streets as well as some other roads also, it seems. See that big building with the wall around it. If you are not careful, you will soon be counting bars there. The girl grinned and pointed at a huge building. From there, the girl just made fun of this boy. She pointed one of the big buildings over there, and she said that if he doesn't behave well, very soon the boy would find it behind the bars, and started laughing at him. And the boy didn't understand what that building was. After the girl saying, what did he do? Velu squinted and read the Tamil sign, Central Jail. Why? I haven't done anything wrong. You don't have to do anything. Just don't get caught. That's all. Okay, what did the boy do, it seems? After the girl saying, the boy closed one eye and started reading, which was written in Tamil, it seems, called Central Jail. Very soon the boy put a question, why he is going to be behind the bars? He didn't do any wrong, or he didn't do any mistake or theft. For that, the girl responds and says that he no need to do anything wrong, it seems. Simply if he is caught, he will be behind the bars. What does she mean? Velu wondered. Meanwhile, the girl was already heading down the bridge with the sack on her shoulder. What was in it? He had seen her putting plastic cups into it at the station. See, in the continuation, of course, the boy didn't understand what does the girl mean. She grinned at him. She also said that the boy is going to be behind the bars if anything goes wrong. That is in the prison. And he was in that thought. And in between, it seems the girl came down the bridge and she started picking up again these plastic cups, bags, as well as papers and bottles even. He had seen the same thing the girl doing at the railway station also. So casually there was a question from the boy, "What are you carrying in that bag?" The girl repeated saying that things like bottles and paper. Velu wondered what she was doing with them, but he felt shy to ask any more questions. After the girl answering, he wanted to ask still more questions, but as in the previous paragraphs also, we came to know that she was a stranger, a new girl. For the first time he met her. So there was a shy. Because of that shyness, it seems he couldn't ask more. He couldn't ask more questions to the girl. It was still morning, but the sun blasted down on the tar and the Velu's bare feet burned. The morning was very bright and the sun was too hot, it seems, on the tar road. Tar is nothing else, the black damper road you call. The tar is that. And the boy didn't have any footwear, so he was feeling the hotness, it seems, and he started jumping on the tar road. It was not like walking on a mud road. He was soaked with sweat. He tried hard to walk in the shade and keep up with the girl at the same time. She walked really fast. How far away was the food? The boy could not manage to walk on the tar road because the tar road was too hot to walk. These roads are not like his village roads, but even then he managed to walk along with the girl. And the boy was very hungry, so he puts a question, it seems, how far is the food? Still, how much time he has to walk with her, it seems, to get food, he asks. After almost an hour of walking, they stopped in front of a big building. Sri Raja Rajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam, read Velu. Slowly, a sign with letters made of flowers said, "Groom J.V. Vinayagan, Bride Rani." Velu stayed at the big cars parking outside. One of the cars had flowers, flower garland, and roses taped onto it. The girl looked around, pulled one off quickly, and stuck it in her hair. "Come on," she said. "Are we going to eat here?" asked Velu, looking at the huge hall and the people inside. See, just now I said the boy was very hungry. That's what he went on repeatedly asking this girl, when is she going to give him food? After long walking, it seems they came to one of the big buildings, as almost all that was written in Tamil. The boy could read it out, it seems. The big building name was Raja Rajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam. It's a wedding hall. And the groom's name was J.V. Vinayagan and the bride was Rani, it seems. There were some cars parked over there, and the flowers were stuck up, it seems, to the cars. The girl, who was a lover of flowers, she saw here and there, it seems, saw around. Just simply, she pulled off one flower and stuck into her hair. The boy was very happy, it seems. He thought that the girl is going to make this boy eat in that function hall. That's why there's a general question. Are we going to eat here? Asked Velu. Looking at the huge hall and the people inside. The boy felt very happy. He thought that they are going to eat the food in that function hall.